The preamble to the Constitution starts with the phrase, "We the people," in order to form a more perfect union. Now, at the time of our nation's founding, the "we" only meant rich white men. But throughout our history, women, often women of color, have been at the forefront of working to expand the "we." This Women's History Month, in partnership with Mika Brzezinski's Know Your Value, on Simone, we are highlighting the barrier-breaking and game-changing women who are blazing new trails and expanding the definition of "we" right now, all through our series called Celebrating Her Story. Today, we are talking to Angelica Ross. Her breakout role as Candy Ferocity in the hit FX series Pose made her a household name. But it was Angelica's determination and unrelenting sense of purpose that made her a mogul. Most recently, Ross made history with her turn as Roxy Hart in the long-running Broadway revival of the musical Chicago, becoming the first openly transgender actress to headline a Broadway show in the Great White Way's nearly 300-year history. After teaching herself computer programming, Ross also founded Trans Tech Social Enterprises. It's a community designed to empower trans people through access to the tech sphere. But for Ross, achievements like these aren't simply credits on a resume. They represent her life's work, empowering trans people and other marginalized communities at a time of incessant attacks on their very humanity. Angelica Ross joins me now to discuss that work. Welcome to you, Miss Ross. Okay, you made history with Chicago after playing a very vital role, I think it's fair to say, in broadening the media landscape for trans people in both film and in television. So what did it feel like to take that mission from the screen to the stage?
It just felt like affirmation. At the end of the day, I'm an actor, and I say actress, just because some people aren't really up on the lingo that, to be somewhat of a feminist. We say actor because it's a job, and a job that I feel that I'm qualified for. And it was just an affirmation to go from screen to Broadway and to have the audiences affirm me every single night for those full 8 weeks of that performance.
It was absolutely amazing. I hear you killed it. In addition to your work in film, on television, and on the stage, you also founded Trans Tech Social Enterprises. Can you just elaborate for our audience on why the tech sphere can and frankly should be a key element to empowering trans people and other marginalized communities?
Well, for as long as I can remember, I've been a part of communities who have had to create some sort of blueprint in order to navigate and survive America when you belong to multiple identities where there's some sort of difficulty in navigating those systems. A lot of times those have been hand-me-downs through, my trans mother and those trans mother, or through my Black grandmother and her grandmother and her grandmother. But through technology, we have actually a way to vastly open up that information and to share those ways to navigate a world that has become a lot more technical. So in this job field, really, it doesn't have to matter what I look like, what I sound like, or any of these politics, identity politics. If you can do the work, you can do it virtually, and nobody really needs to know about those identities as long as you can actually show up and do the work.
We talk about identity a lot on our show here, and it is safe to say that the trans community just did not become under attack recently. The community has been under attack at every level for years. So I wonder, how is Angelica the person? Not necessarily the role model, but Angelica the person. How are you navigating that?
Well, I appreciate you for asking that. It is quite shocking and jarring, I will admit, to be of the identity that's under attack, and all of a sudden there's so much attention being paid to your lives in which there was no attention before when we were looking for help to access housing or to access healthcare or to access employment. Really, a lot of this attention has happened because of the education that we've been trying to educate and advocate people to understand that we've already existed. But before we were saying all these things, we were still going to the bathroom. We were still in schools. We were still accessing healthcare in whatever ways that we could. And so for me, I'm just taking a deep breath. I'm counting my blessings. I know that I have been created to enter these spaces of challenge and to model what it looks like to move through these challenging times. But also I just know that it doesn't matter what these policies say or what they're going to do. They're not going to stop me or other trans people from existing.
It's the resiliency for me. I think the last question I have for you is, I think that you've been really clear. And I love that you do not evaluate your success by the awards that you've earned or the distinctions that you've achieved, even though there are many. So how exactly do you evaluate your success? What's your message to folks?
My message to folks is just constantly understanding that we all have some responsibility. Like Barack Obama once said, it's not about placing blame or taking blame, but it's about taking responsibility. And to take it a step further, my Buddhist mentors have taught me that responsibility means the ability to respond. And so taking this forward, what I want people to know is that we all have to take responsibility for the environment and the society that we find ourselves in. And that some of us just have a better ability right now to respond to these challenges, but just know that you are going to be called on to respond to the challenges in your life and to the people in your life. And we're going to need you, because that's how change happens, by every one of us taking responsibility.
Angelica Ross. Oh, I grew up Baptist, so when people start preaching, I like to pass the plate on the show. Angelica
Yes.
Ross, you are a barrier breaker, my friend, a game changer, and we celebrate you this Women's History Month. Thank you.